Hello, all my beautiful people. I am back with my first Halloween. Well, is it my first? Technically my second. Did my first one even really count? I don't think that really counted. This is my first, I'm going to call it my first Halloween look of the year. Hopefully there's more to be had. I decided to go all in on this look. I have been wanting to do Jeepers Creepers for years. And finally, I was like, you know what? This has been a year of me holding myself accountable, and anything that I've kind of been saying I wanted to do, I've kind of been trying to do it. So I went in, you guys. I went all the way in, and I think it came out okay. First time using this type of clay, but I think I did okay. Let's hope I did okay, because I have no idea if this even fits my face. So I'm going to do like a split screen here and explain what I did and how I made this mask. He is right here. His chin piece fell off. You'll see that in me making it. I think he dried a little funky, so I don't know. We're just gonna have to see, but here's the chin piece that fell off. So, but yeah, let's go ahead, split screen. While I'm explaining how I made this mask, I'm going to glue down my eyebrows and put a bald cap on. So I'm going to do that during a split screen situation. Just use Elmer's glue to glue down my brows, let that dry, and then powder. And then use liquid latex to apply the bald cap. So let's go ahead and get started here. So I took my little lovely foam mannequin and put Vaseline literally all over it just to help the mask not to stick, and then took this foam clay. I will link it down below, but this was a godsend. I got the gray color. It comes in a bunch of different colors, so get the color that would best suit you. And then as you can see, it's very like easy to pull, easy to work with. A lot of people like to make slime out of it, so do what you want with it. But working with this clay was so different than anything else I've ever done, or how I used to make my prosthetic. So much easier. So if you were wanting to make anything, I would suggest using this foam clay. Got it from Amazon, super affordable. But as you can see, I'm just literally slapping this clay onto the mannequin head and forming it with my hands. I didn't need any water with this clay, which was awesome. So I just kind of go back in following reference pictures. I got a text message. The thing about Jeepers Creepers is he has, I feel like, different colors to him, different looks to him, just depends on the reference picture you use. He also has different color eyes. I think I'm gonna go with brown contacts in this look, but I feel like you can use blue, brown, black. He has a bunch of different colored eyes, so I would choose what you wanted to, and I don't think you can really go wrong. When I was doing the nose, I ended up changing it in the end because my nose, I felt like, looked more animal-like than like a human nose. Like, kind of just reminded me of like a lion or tiger or something. So I did end up doing the nose a little differently, and you'll see that the next day after I did this. That might have been one of the easiest things to do, fastest things to do with this foam clay, but overall, again, it was all pretty easy. I am taking these little tools. I got this little tool kit off of Amazon too. If I remember, I'll link that below too. That made my life a little bit easier, just to get better edges and cut parts of it off, you know, all that kind of good stuff. And it made the nostrils really easy to make. So I just continued to just form the mask. I mean, there's not much to really say when it comes to it. It did take a couple days, but yeah, you'll just see me continue to just add and take away clay. So pretty easy stuff. Another way you can make this is with cotton. You take some cotton and latex. That is another way to do it. I just preferred the harder way, apparently, As you can see, I am putting the chin piece underneath of his little flaps, but that's the part that broke off. Again, not a big deal. I kind of thought that might happen anyway, but it's super easy to attach with it off anyway. Now you can see that I'm just rolling some of that clay to make like his little fingers, you know what I mean? Like the little finger pieces that he has. And anytime I was adding anything to the clay or on top of the clay, it attached really easy. I didn't need like latex or anything to attach it, so you don't have to worry about that. I don't even know if I need to use this piece. Do I need to use this piece? Is it even gonna fit my big ass head? God, big ass head. I'm considering putting a hat on with this, so I'm not really I look like a condom. Man, I've never looked better. I've never looked better. I'm using another one of those tools just to make the lines. Now I will say that you want to go pretty deep when it comes to making any kind of lines, because the foam like puffs back up as it's drying. So keep that in mind, because I feel like I had to go over the head like numerous times. It was obnoxious. Like through the process, I had to just keep going like back and forth and back and forth. Ooh, I like this bald cap. I don't know if I'll even really need to attach it to my forehead. I got caught in the rain yesterday and my hair is a big poof ball. Now I'm just taking some nails, like regular nails I got at the grocery store, like in a pack, and just cutting them in like a triangle shape, just again, following the reference picture. And then I took them outside and spray painted them with that chalkboard paint just because it made my life easier. I had already made another prosthetic using the chalkboard paint, so I already had it outside, and it just like made it easier than having to like paint each nail one by one and waiting for it to dry. So that's what I did to make my life easier. So there's my Jeepers Creepers on day one. And then the next day I took tissue paper, and it was like a 2-ply tissue paper. I just tore that, where you can tear it when it comes to the tissue paper. So it's just 1-ply, cut it up in little pieces. I just wanted to add some texture because he was too smooth, and all my reference pictures, he was not smooth. He's kind of like scaly, he's not smooth. So laid some liquid latex down and put pieces of that tissue paper on the latex, and then finished it off with latex. I did this all over the face, and I feel like the only issue I ran into, which you'll see soon, that's one, is that it was kind of covering up the grooves and the lines that I had put on the prosthetic. So I literally took my fingernail and went through a lot of the little crevices that I made. But the other thing I noticed is that when it dried, because it is a gray clay, it left like a color on there, a little bit of a yellow color, and did not dry totally clear. So that was a problem. And here I'm just showing you that I kind of shoved some liquid latex up between the nail and the little clay part just to keep the nails in there better. But here's where you can see how it dried. And in certain places, it just gave like white spots. So keep that in mind if you are using a darker clay. But I knew I was gonna have to paint this anyway, so it wasn't that big of a deal. So I just took some water paints. I took gray water paint and black water paint. I went in all the crevices with the black water paint, just to deepen them, give them more dimension. And then I went over everything with, the gray water paint. and I think I just used gray and black. So I just went in just to give it, you know, I didn't want it one shade. He's like black, white, he's like black, white, gray. Some pictures he's even brown. So I feel like with Jeepers Creepers, you can kind of do what you want with him. It's not like an end all be all, which is nice, which is good, because then you can kind of have your own creative outlet when it comes to this character. And I'm being sloppy. I was sloppy doing the paint job. He is not perfect. He is whatever you want him to be. That's one reason I love Halloween looks, because you can kind of do what you want. So the last thing I wanted to do is have Jeepers Creepers look perfect, because he is not perfect. I then took him outside and sprayed him with that chalk again. I don't know, I just thought it might help. I've done this in several other of my Halloween looks in the past, if you went and looked at them, especially like my Goat Witch. I sprayed her. It just kind of made it look like it gave her dimension, which was nice. So now it was time. I think this is the next day. It was time to peel him off of the mannequin head. Just take your time, take your time, take your time. That's all I have to say. I started in the back just in case, you know, I just figured if anything was to happen, to make sure you start in the back. And slowly but surely just get him off the mannequin head. I am just taking some water-based paint. I know, we're looking crazy over here. Some water-based paint to paint my eyes and paint all of this. But there he is. As you can see, he came right off. Now, the only other thing I did was coat the inside with some liquid latex, because the clay, first off, I let it dry more. The clay was still pretty wet. So yeah, I let it dry more and then went over everything with the liquid latex. That's what it looks like with all the liquid latex on. Then I let it dry, and then here we are. I did want to mention that I went to Spirit Halloween to get some fun teeth for this look. And then I just followed the directions. It comes with a piece of paper. Follow the directions, and then yeah, have the teeth made so I can wear the lovely teeth. But that is the process of it all. Hopefully that all made sense to you. Now we're back here looking cray-cray. Okay, here we go. I think I might want to add some. Is that the only watercolor I have? By the way, I used Mayron Paradise paint. Water-based paint for that. Now I'm just going to take some, I should have grabbed some eyeliner, but I'm going to take some black eyeshadow and just deepen it up. This is a super sloppy part, just because, I mean, it doesn't really matter. You won't see a lot of the eye. Actually, the reference picture I have, his eyes are very close to my eye color. It's like a little hint of blue. But again, his eyes change. And I think they change with certain victims or with his victims. So, I don't know. Brown might be the wrong color to go with, but I just thought it would be such a contrast with this look and look cool instead of doing like, you know, all dark colors. That was just my thought with it. I look so crazy. Oh, this is hysterical. I think I'm pretty covered here. From what I remember here, I think we're good. I think I want to just get some black eyeliner real quick. Yeah, I don't think my camera really knows what to do right now. It's really confused. Just adding some eyeliner. Alrighty, now time for some liquid latex. I think I'm gonna apply the chin piece first. I'm just taking, dripping. Just taking some on the back of a little like cosmetic sponge and going in. See, we're already sticking. Now this is the challenging part because I have not cut this prosthetic yet. That I feel like, the only thing I feel like I don't like is how big the nose looks. So I think I definitely want to pinch the nose. But let's go ahead and get this on. I'm actually going to pour this in here. I'm going to put some on my nose already here and on my face. Don't forget to put it all on here. I'm just gonna start pouring just because I'm lazy. I wouldn't recommend it. All right, here we go, boys and girls. Ooh, shit. I'm gonna pinch. Oh, we are dripping. Did I break my nail? Oh, I broke my nail. All right, we are sticking down. I still feel like the nose is too big, but it is all good. And I was sloppy with the liquid latex. Going back in. Okay. Now I'm just going back in. I don't want to smile because I don't want to screw it up. I'm just going back in with some black eyeshadow. And just filling this in. Crooked ass chin. All right, well, that's about all I can do. And then the teeth. I'm gonna have to hold this here. Gosh. Okay. And then I haven't put the contacts in yet. Hold on. All right, guys. So I took my teeth out. Added this hat. Added this little jacket. But here is my Jeepers Creepers look. I feel like the nose is too big. But overall, I mean, this was fun to do. It's easy to apply. It's a lot of work. But sorry, I cannot stop looking at myself in the viewfinder. And my camera keeps going out of focus because it's so confused. But that is it for this look. What do you guys think? Yeah, if you like this video, stay in focus. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. I will see you all in my next one. Thanks for watching.